Here's some base stuff. What I'm going to do today is just give you a real simple, quick, easy primer for slapping. Now, for as many bassists as there are out there, there's that many methods on how to slap. So this, I'm just going to quickly show you the way that I've learned how, and that works okay for me and by me. But there are some key elements in it that are some universals that'll definitely help your playing. So by slapping and popping, what we mean is it's a nice little nam riff. Trust me, later on you'll learn how to do that and go, that sounds pretty impressive, but it's just a bunch of fluff. That, slapping. Key element with this is your thumb and your index finger. Now, there are some severely advanced methods, some really good stuff. Victa. Listen to Victa, Marcus Miller. Those two guys are just psycho. They're insane. Play great. Do some awesome slap stuff. But to get you up and running, the action that we're doing, we're going to start with the slap, which is your thumb. And what you want to do is you want to hit with the knuckle on the side of your thumb, right there. You'll feel that knuckle. And that's what we're going to be striking the string with. Now, this method and the action isn't so much moving your thumb like that to hit it, and it's not really just a wrist action. It's your whole arm. It's really coming from up in your shoulder. Much like playing any sports, to kind of visualize what you're doing, like when you're swinging a bat or a golf club, something like that. Sometimes there aren't obvious muscles that you might think you're using, but if you're swinging properly, if you're doing it properly, you are using them. And that's the way it is with slap. To isolate it down to your wrist, or especially to your thumb, it's just not gonna, it's not gonna work as good as it could. So what I'm doing is I'm gonna get you to start off with your hand open like this, all right? Take your thumb, and the way I slap is just to have my thumb kinda almost parallel to the string, but not quite, just a little bit off. But my hand is just like this, and you can see the side of my thumb, the knuckle, hitting on the string. Which brings me to my second point very quickly. There's a couple places on here that you can hit. If you want more of an old school 70s, Graham Central Station kind of a thing, like that, hit over the pickups. But if you want to get a bit more accurate, a bit more modern tone, definitely hit over the fingerboard. Just over the first couple frets that you come up against there. That sound is a lot clearer, cleaner than this tone. Now it's a bit more open, might be a bit more funky for you. But for today's purposes, we're going to stick right here on the fingerboard. So take your open hand, and basically what I want you to do is to hit your bass. Just go like this, just a nice, easy, light action. Now what I'm doing, try and turn sideways here, even though my hand is open, the part that's hitting first is my thumb. And I'm just trying to bring my hand back so that my hand comes off the strings and doesn't just mute the string like that. So I'm coming off, I'm hitting, but I'm coming back off. The whole point of this is this will give you familiarity with just making some noise and being able to get your thumb right on the fingerboard. Okay, it's a very over-exaggerated at this stage of the game, but just stick with it, stay loose, and again, we're going to be coming from up here in the shoulder and the side of your arm, okay? So we're just going to be coming at it like this, just real nice, very silly, very non-musical, like that. So just so that we can get kind of a reference of the strings and how it feels. Now, close your hand up a bit, like this, and make the motion smaller. So now instead of coming out like this and really hitting my bass, I've got it back into playing position. Now you can see once you start this, it's not a rigid motion. Like my thumb is loose and my wrist is loose and they're all moving. But the primary motion, the driver behind this technique, isn't those joints. It's not those joints. It's coming from my arm. Again, just to reiterate that. I can't say it enough. So that's the slap. We're over the fingerboard, side of our thumb, that knuckle right there. The way to integrate it into your playing a lot better, rather than just learning it for one riff and only being able to play that one riff as this technique, is to apply it to your scales and stuff. And I think Steve's going to go grab the phone, and I'm just going to keep yapping. So here we go. The way to really do this is to, bring it in with your scales and whatnot like that. So I'm just going to play through a simple C major scale, just like this. What that does is that it brings control into the new technique that you're introducing. So instead of just being able to play one riff in that position, this way you can play through everything because you're comfortable with crossing strings as well as playing it all over the neck. It doesn't matter where your left hand is, you can just slap away. Now we'll try the pop. The pop is a little bit different. What we're doing is we're just hooking our finger like this. And I'm keeping it fairly stationary. Again, it's not one of these. It's not where I'm pulling with the finger. I'm merely locking it, just like a hook, and pulling with my arm. Like that. Just pulling away. Again, introduce this into your scales. But it'll just get it happening a lot more fluidly. A good thing to do is try doing a slap and a pop on the same note as you're running your scales. This will give you a lot more control over the dynamics of each. Because what you don't want is a pop that's huge and a slap sound that's so, you'd be playing a line and it'll sound like this. Like that, just it's uneven. Or conversely, you don't want this. You want both to be just as strong as the other. And getting those dynamics lined up kind of a thing is... like that. So that should get you kind of on your way to slapping. The easy start up to having some fun spanking the plank. Alright, thanks again. Peace out.